This isn't about just cars. This is about the story of rally and the whole passion of the sport. And for all of us that are involved, we're passionate about it, you know. Saw my first event, Donegal in '78, when Ari Vatanen had won. And seeing that first event as a 7-year-old, that was it. Hooked, absolutely hooked.
Helo, a croeso nôl I Howard yn y Garej. Dyn ni'n yn Iwerddon heddiw, yn Donegal, yn lle Donagh Kelly, lle mae yna collection hyfryd o cair, ond mae yna 3 car special dyn fi a Gwyndaf eisiau edrych ar. So ti efo fi I weld y cair special. Be ti'n feddwl, Gwyndaf?
Yeah, I'm Danny.
I'm Danny. How dwi'n excited.
O, dwi'n hefyd.
Wel, Gwyndaf, ti'n fewn i'r Motorsport Stables yn ni yn Donegal. Ha?
Yes!
Ti di weld mor gymaint o cair?
Na, dim mewn un lle fel un.
Ha?
One, well, Dad. Dyna ni collection.
Dyna
ni collection go iawn, ha? Special dros ben.
Mae yna cair special yma, dyn ni eisiau siarad am y response, Escort, yr Escort ola nath ni gyrru, ond dyn ni eisiau siarad am y Seat. Gathon ni 2 flwyddyn dda yn y Seat, ond mae yna car special fanna hefyd. Awn ni at hwnna later on. Gen ni cychwyn efo'r Seat. Dyn ni cychwyn efo'r Seat yn yr RAC yn 1997. Nes di deal, o ti di bod efo Ford am 8 years, ac oedd amser I symud, o chi di bod yn testio, ac ys ti chance I gyrru hwn, 2 or 3 year deal, efo Gary Savage. Be oedd y tyniad I mynd I Seat?
O, dwi'n meddwl oedd Garin un o'r tyniad mwyaf, achos oedd o yn cynnig siawns newydd fi mewn ffordd, a challenge newydd. Oedd y car wedi cael ei brofi cynt, wedi ennill y bencampwriaeth byd yn Formula 2.
Oedd.
Ambell I waith. So ni'n gwybod bod y car yn mynd I fod yn dda. Tîm o Milton Keynes yn ei redeg o, ac oedd Gary Savage mor enthusiastic am ralio ac yn ei bromotio fo.
Ie.
Ac, oedd gan Ford dim llawer I gynnig ar y pryd yny, a so mi weithiodd yn wych I fi. A nes i'n edrych yn ôl.
Cyn eistedd yn y car I weld, os da chi dal yn ffitio fewn. Oedd o'n car rhaid special yn doedd?
Gyda well chance I chdi, does?
Ie, na I aros allan.
Nei di aros allan. Drycha.
Ha?
Bron iawn.
Fel maneg, ynddi?
Fel maneg.
So, oedd hi'n car, oedd hi'n eitha powerful yn doedd. Oedd hi'n handlo yn ffantastig. Nes di leid lot o gwaith iddo fo. A nes di cael engineer David Potter. Oedd SBG yn redeg y car, Steve Black yn doedd. Ond dan y banner o Cupra Sport. Ond y mechanics dda yna, ond ges di David Potter I helpu ti sortio suspension allan.
Do, achos be oedd y car wedi cael ei brofi ar hyd y byd I gyd. Ac oedd y car yn andros o gry. Wedi cael ei adeiladu'n gry.
Ie.
Oedd yr injam yn y cryfa, oedd I ryw 265, 270 horsepower, ond oedd ddim wedi cael dim development yn Prydain. Ac oedd y ddil am y 2 flynedd cyntaf I wneud y bencampwriaeth Prydain. Felly, doedd o ddim wedi gweld bumps tarmac, oedd o'n wedi gweld coedwigoedd yn Prydain a bethau fel y cynt. Felly, gyson ni lot o waith I diwnio fo, achos oedd y gystadleuaeth yn y bencampwriaeth Prydain yn uchel iawn ar y pryd, os ti'n cofio, yna gymaint o teams yn cystadlu.
A wedyn, yr F2 World Championship yn y byd, oedd y car yn uchel yn doedd, oedd y stages right rough ar all the World Rally cars di bod trwy. So oedd y car ddim yn racer, wedyn yn yr UK o'n eisiau racer yn doedd. Dyna
fo yn nutshell mewn ffordd, ie. O ti angen, achos yna, 6 neu 7 tîm yn y bencampwriaeth Prydain ar y pryd.
Maen nhw gyd yma.
Maen nhw gyd yma.
Ie. Ac oedd hi'n hot yn doedd?
Oedd hi'n boeth, oedd.
Be o'ch chi'n licio am y car yma te?
Oedd o'n eitha hawdd I ddreifio wedi gyrru'r Escort, so bod yn onest. Oedd o lot gysonio I fyhafio yn wych, ac oedd o'n predictable ofnadwy. Ac oedd o'n troi mewn yn wych. Ac oedd o'n fel sef o'n trio ennill ti os ti'n dill fi. Oedd o'n trio llychodi off y ffordd. Dim fel yr Escort. Oedd y grip yn uchel iawn yno fo. Achos pan ti'n edrych ar y car, mae'r 4 olwyn yn bell wrth ei gilydd, a reit tu allan os ti'n gwybod, so oedd yr weight distribution yn wych yno fo.
Dyna fe o'n nhw wedi meddwl am, de?
Ie, ac oedd yr echel gefn yma, dwi'n siŵr oedden nhw deithio ni, oedd yr echel ôl ar hwn, dim ond beam ydi o, ac oedd hi'n 20,000 adeg ynny. Ond oedd na'n posib plygu hi, lle di hitio rhywbeth, oedd hi mor gre, ac oedd o'n neud y cefn y car mor stable. A hwnnw di'r secret ydy gwir efo front-wheel drive car.
Be oedd y beth ti'n galw fan hyn, y switches i gyd ta, beth ti'n neud? Handbrakes i fanna.
A'r gear shift, sequential box.
Motorbike peth na, hwnna.
Hwnnw ti'n selectio neutral a reverse. O ti'n gweld dal na mewn do, ti'n fynd i reverse.
A ddara ni ennill Ulster yn hwn, yn do. Lot o second places.
A diwedd yn ail yn y Bencampwr Prydain.
Ie, na fo. A wedyn gethon ni mynd i Finland yn hwn. Gethon ni mynd i Australia.
Ac Argentina, do. Gethon ni brofiad.
Ddara ni diwedd yn Australia. Torodd y car yn...
Actually, yn Australia, oedd y points ar un i ennill ar o glinsio'r World Championship i Seat, os ti'n cofio?
Ie, na fo.
Yn yr F2.
Australia, na fo. Argentina, wnaeth o torri lawr. A be oedd y llall? Finland. O'n i'n gofio tynnu allan yn Finland, cofio? O'n i wedi dwy'n dŵr allan o ffos, ac oedd o'n legal yn doedd. Cofio? A nhw'n trio stopio ni fynd. Mae yna stories. Mae yna stories yn does.
Mae yna stories.
A wedyn, gethon ni gyrru Seat Cordova four-wheel drive. Ti'n gael dim o trafferth i dod allan, mate?
Do. Wel, dwi'n trio byd o scratcho'r car ma fel chdi.
Gethon ni...
Dwi'n quite mor nimble ag oedd yn ystafell.
Y gwobr wedyn oedd gyrru'r Cordova World Rally car ar yr RSC.
A ges i fynd i destio i Sbaen am flwyddyn.
Do.
Na chdi hardship oedd hwnna, ti'n gwybod? O, ddim galed, ti'n gwybod? Go mynd i Sbaen.
Testio'r cair i pwy oedd yn gyrru wedyn. Dydi oriol Rofen Pera.
Ie, tad Rofen Pera.
Ie, tad Rofen Pera. A pwy oedd y llall Gardemeister. A pwy arall oedd yn gyrru iddyn nhw. A wedyn yn yr RSC, o'n i'n fourth overall, dod allan o stage cyn ola. Riola. A the carreg rhwng y symp a'r sympgad. A collodd i oil i gyd, do. Fourth overall.
Oedden ni ddim yn hapus na gyfynnu. Siome.
Ond wedyn...
Pwy awyr beth yna di wneud?
Cyn hynny, cyn y car yma, ddaren ni wneud diwedd y British Championship, ond ni di ennill y Championship yn 96 yn y standard Ford Escort kit car Formula 2, ond oedd hwn y Maxi kit car.
Na chdi.
Ond wedi gofyn i ti, Gwyndaf, what do you want in this car? I want more power, I want more grip, and I want it wider. O'n i'n cofio weld y car ma am y tro cynta, ac oedd o'n dweud i fi, don't push on the doors, big guy, they're only made of tin foil. Ti'n cofio?
Oedd o'n dipyn o gar, oedd o'n gar reit anodd i yrru, achos oedd o'n dipyn o monster. Oedd yna lot o torque steer.
A be oedd hwn, 2 litre, 16 valve, Ford?
Oedd yr un cyntaf, oedd ddim yn kit car, yn neud 260 horsepower. Oedd yna 282 yn hwn. So oedd hwn yn gallu mynd, achos oedd yn pwyso dim. So power to weight ratio, ac oedd o'n stopio, ti'n cofio seis y brakes ma fi? Mae'r disc bron gymaint o'r olwyn.
But be o'n i'n trio wneud, oedd yn curo'r Megans yn de. Ac o'n i yn curo'r Megans yn y Manx. Be di gweld, gan ôl hyn bech, Ulster. Ddaren ni diwedd yn ail i Mark Higgins, fel dwi'n deall.
Yn 97.
Do, a wnaeth yr exhaust manifold torri. Yn y pnawn cyntaf, collon ni lot o power. O'n i'n gallu cymryd nôl o hwnna, a ddaren ni cael second overall, dwi'n meddwl, yn yr Ulster. Ond oedd y scene yn set wan i mynd i'r Isle of Man, 5 gallu ennill y championship. Alistair McRae, Gwyndaf Evans, Mark Higgins, Robbie Head.
Lawcylyn? No.
Martin Rowe.
Martin Rowe.
Ie?
Ie, digon posib.
Cofio? Martin Rowe eith ennill y rally. Higgins eith ennill y championship. Buzziodd Robbie Head yr engine, changed up instead of down. A malodd Gwyndaf Evans a Alistair McRae. Cofio?
Dwi'n cofio'n iawn.
Be di gwyddo?
Ond oedden ni ar y blaen pan ar
O'n i'n ar y blaen.
So hynna'n cyfri.
Bore di Sul, o'n i'n curo Renaults. Tro cynta erioed, tarmac, curo Renaults. Dwi'n meddwl o'n i'n curo nhw am rhyw 11 seconds. Ac o'n i yn St John's, gen i llun, right, o ti yn St John's, ac oedd y proton fanna efo Claire Mole, ac oedd hi fanna, ac oedd ti'n edrych fewn i fan hyn yn rhywbeth. O'ch chi'n gallu agor y bonnet, achos o'n i yn park regroup, ac yn edrych fan hyn, a dwi'n gweld y llun a lot o amser. A dwi'n gwybod beth iawn mae'n neud fanna. Ac o'n i'n siarad efo Brian Thomas fanna. Athyn ni off fel Cathy Cythrell i'r cymal dros Barry
Druids,
Garrow.
Druids.
So ti'n mynd fyny o St John's yn dwyt at y top road, drwy'r Ffarenbach Bidyr, hepyn right, a mae'n straight hir, does, efo jumps yn yma. Take over, man.
Wel, ar yn i gymeryd un o'r jumps ar Rhyfian yn do, ar yn i spinio rownd ac endio fyny yn y car park, ti'n cofio?
Do, yn y lay-by.
Ac ar yn i stopio.
Do.
Efo sain yn dweud, don't park here, neu rhywbeth
Oedd y sign fan hyn, no parking.
A fe des di, started up mush.
Started up mush, you'll go. Ond o ti'n mynd gallu weld y sign, achos o'ch chi'n eistedd mor lo, a nes ti roed o'n first gear a syth fewn i'r sign, a ni fi dderodd, be wyt ti'n neud y diawl gwirion? O, dwi'n mynd. Wel, cer nôl gynta. Ond rhyw hanner milltydd ar ôl hanner milltydd, y dŵr i gyd allan, oedd y spring yn bwnsio lawr y ffordd, ac oedd yn racs yn doedd. A dwi'n cofio wedyn, dros y radio, rally car. Manus McRae has gone off in the stage is neutralised, can you get out? So gari bars do fewn yn y chase car, trwsio car i gyd, a wnaethon ni ffwr i trio mynd allan, a chweladd yr engine. Ti'n cofio?
Do, chos oedd ni bron yn gallu dal bod mewn.
Dal bod mewn yn y rally, ie. Ond na fo, that was the end of this as we know it. Un car special. Da ni'n mynd i sôn am y cair eraill later on, ond fan un car special fan hyn.
Proper special.
Toyota Yaris, WRC, SP1013, chassis 13, 1600 turbo, history, oed Tanach, stroke, Elfyn Evans, Scott Martin, first overall in Turkey, 2020.
That's it.
First overall in Finland, 2021, second in Monte Carlo. Na ti car efo tam bach o hanes, ynddi?
Lot o hanes. A dwi'n cofio cys spin yn hwn ddwy waith.
Gyrru neu passenger?
Passenger.
Di erioed i gyrrio?
Rioed. A dwi'n cofio jocian, ti'n bod o ti'n yn y service area, ac dyn o'n i'n cael fel passenger ride efo Elfyn ar ddiwedd y test.
Yeah.
Ac y plan oedd i fi ddeall faint oedd o'n gofod arafu lawr i'r grafol ac i'r môd fel bod fi'n gallu marcio'r nodiadau yn iawn. So nes i jocian, dwi'n mynd yr ochr yma,
Ie.
Ond oedd y boss ato fi hefyd dweud, ei!
Other side.
Ochr na. A mae'n dweud, na, dwi eisiau mynd i'r ochr yma. A mae'n dod â ffurflen allan. Arwydda ma'n un £1,000,000.
£1,000,000.
Sy'n ôl i'r ochr yma.
Be di awd i hwn, te? Be di hwn?
Yr ero. Weles di ddim car tebyg ydw ond e. Dwi'n meddwl yr ail gornel eisiau rownd yn eistedd ma'n un. Ac yn meddwl, ti'n meddwl pan ti'n meddwl am bethau, dyma hi, mae di diwedd. Oedd o'n tynnu ffwrdd dim, ac eith y car just gleidio drwyddi, ond yr ero o'n i'n methu cael ymhen rownd efo. O'n i'n methu coelio bod o'n gallu gwneud gymaint o wahaniaeth i grip i fi rawn cornel da. Ond monster, dydi. Drach ar y spoiler cefn.
Ie, o'n i'n just edrych, actually. Yli'r bolts yn dal y diawl ymlaen.
O, dwi'n gwybod.
Yli, achos mae o mor grin, dydi. Mae rhaid i cael mor gymaint o.
Oedd hwn ydy'r lot o oriau
yn y wind tunnel.
Yn y wind tunnel, lle. Ond weles di ma'n ni fel tebyg. Dwi'n meddwl na ffefryn Elfyn rioed oedd hwn.
Os di o'n ennill y pencampwriaeth, oes na un o'r ein yn dod nôl i Dinas Mawddwy?
Na, dwi'n gwybod.
Ydy o'n ei gontract o?
Na di.
Dwi'n
meddwl. Ond dwi'n meddwl na hwn un o'r hinas y fol i cael gael.
Ond wedyn, wyt ti'n gallu gyrru hwn heb laptop ac engineer a fuel special a...
Dyna di o.
Ti'n gallu mynd i'n moyn bara yn hwn?
Dwi'n meddwl os ti'n gallu cael y car, ti'n gallu cael yr engineer wedyn.
Ie.
Part bach o'r equations y hwnnw.
So, ti di weld 3 car special heddiw wan yma yn y Motorsport Stables. Dwi'n gwybod mae gen ti Seat yn does, adred. Pam nes ti ddim prynu hwnna?
Chos hwn?
Ie.
Dim ar y pryd.
Ie.
Prynu hwn? Be ti'n ôl dwi o'n bach? So na fi fod lawr i dol dderwen i gael hwn, gael sub.
Incredible, yndi. Incredible. Den ni'n falch bod Donagh Kelly di roed y gwahoddiad i ni dod yma heddiw. Mae fi a Gwyndaf di edrych ar cair ni, but now it's over to Donagh to show us around his wonderful collection.
First of all, having guys like yourselves here, this is what it's all about to me. I'm reliving part of my youth, having the likes of Gwyndaf Evans and Davies with me, and having some of your cars. You know, it's really special when you reunite co-drivers with their cars and that. And we've done that quite a bit, you know. So for me, it's always like Christmas morning when I get this opportunity, you know. So this isn't about just cars. This is about the story of rallying. the whole passion of the sport, and for all of us that are involved in rally, and we're passionate about it, you know. This car here, a guy that used to work for Toyota Motorsport was given that car by Ove Anderson. They restored the car.
Given it.
He was given it because it was only ever a safari car. That is one of the most original Toyotas ever. It's only ever done 2 safaris and 1 recce. Nothing else. It has never been in private hands. Amazingly, that sat 10 miles from here in a hay shed. And I convinced the guy to part with it. Yeah. This car here was driven by a local Donegal hero.
I drove one of them, didn't
Vincent
I
Bonner.
drove one of them as well.
It took us 6 years to restore this car.
He was here this afternoon,
Yeah.
Rory Kennedy.
Rory's my current co-driver.
Yeah.
6 years to restore it.
Yeah, it is absolutely original. It is. I suppose it's only right to maybe open the bonnet because.
Well, it looks pristine from the outside, I can tell you
yeah.
that.
If
I didn't do any rallies in Manta with you,
no,
but
I
you
did
did
one, yes.
a few
No.
Mantas
Yes,
rallies in the
before
Manta.
your time.
You did a few in the Manta 400. I did a couple of the Manta single cam with you.
Okay.
2.4 Opel engine, twin 50s. This actual unit is putting out about 320 horsepower, a little bit more than in the day, but it's such a nice car to drive, and everything is original. There is nothing that's not period in the car.
Now, you had an expert here in Ireland with these, didn't you, Sidney Meek?
Yeah, and the guys.
Chris Meek's dad.
Yeah, absolutely, and one of his engineers, Norman Burns, was involved in the restoration of this car because again he can recall the days that they built them from scratch, So yeah, very much an original car. The Metro is one car that I have probably 15 years at this stage.
This was one of the original cars in the collection.
Yeah, and we put that back to full Group B.
Right.
So it's
With the big engine.
big engine, 400 horsepower, the big gearbox and diffs. And
These were dogs to drive. Imagine driving this car for 4 days and 3 nights on the RAC Rally. Can you imagine it?
No.
You've done a few rallies in this, haven't you?
I've driven this car and it's your heart's in your mouth all the time. It's not very predictable. So, Richard Burns' championship-winning Subaru, very special car.
These legacies, according to Dave Lapworth, one of the best cars the ProDrive ever built, one of the fastest cars the ProDrive built, because they had a big restrictor on and they were so stable, and he loved taking, I remember talking to Lappy about this.
I think the balance was
He
perfect,
loved taking these to Millbrook and Myra and testing them, and he always used to try and compare back to that time.
But can you imagine the step up from the two-wheel drives, the Sierras, not to this? It was
Rolls Royce.
It was just
These young
jump.
lads, they were given a hell of an opportunity when they would think about it. Richard Burns, Alistair McRae, and Colin for that matter,
Yeah,
Incredible.
So little engine sitting here that won the Monte Carlo with Carlos. That is the actual engine from his Impreza. Colin's Subaru, this car won the Circuit of Ireland in '91.
So it's quite a rarity to see it in one piece.
For sure. But yeah.
But yeah,
That's
beautiful,
I
beautiful.
suppose.
Yeah.
The Rothmans.
Didn't they have nice colour schemes there?
Yeah,
didn't they?
Rothmans was class.
Just,
I
think
loved
cars
that.
have gone more boring.
I love
No,
that
with
red
colour
dash,
schemes.
that metallic red dash that they put in them. I thought that looked really, really, really special. Like ProDrive, you got to say, ProDrive
Yeah, they were ahead of it.
were ahead of the game, just in style.
Yeah,
in style.
They were ahead of it. Again, this is a P2000. I think there's only 11 of these left. Kankinen drove this car, but I put it in the Andrea Gini colours when it was a pro car. There's so many blue Subarus.
Yes.
I just decided
It's beautiful.
I wanted something different.
And have you driven this car? Have you used this car in Ireland?
Yeah, I haven't. I've just done a demonstration events, but it's totally original. My favourite car of all, of course, is the car that I had a lot of success in myself. This was a Hirvonen car.
Mikko Hirvonen, Jarmo
Yeah.
Lehtinen.
He
First
won-
overall in Japan, first overall in Jordan, 2009, 2010. Henning Solberg, Francois Duval, Denny Girardet, Joe Fleming. Look at that. Very subtle at the bottom. Irish tarmac rally champion.
Yeah,
Huh?
so I think it's 22 victories we had in this car.
Wow.
So it's such a good car to drive.
They were great cars, though, weren't they? They
were
were great
quite easy
cars.
cars to
Ah,
drive.
they're
weren't
so stable.
Yeah.
It was just, it's like sitting in an armchair. Quite an expensive car. I think really that was the last proper works Ford. You know, after that it was kind of a semi-factory. When you look at, I think, the Ford versus, you know, the current, the Hyundai or the Toyota, you can see the difference in the budgets, you know. So I think back in 2006, 2010, Ford were investing heavily, you know, so that you could see it in the car, you know. So
We go now to a completely new era. And, you know, without being the trained eye that Gwyndaf is, you can see the era differences and the differences in these cars, these 4 cars. And these are very special.
yeah, well, right now this is the only collection in the world with the 4 marques, the Citroen, the Toyota, Ford and Hyundai, the 2017 to 21 cars. And we're very fortunate. We have Elfyn's Finland winning car here. It's
Gwyndaf's passengered this car a couple of times on the tests.
Yeah.
So-
That's where all my hair went.
No, I can assure you, I had gone before then.
So there's a car that Eskapaka Lappi drove. It's only done 1 rally. That's it. It hasn't done anything else. Then we have Ogier's championship winning car,
Yeah.
which is pretty special.
Very special.
And there's something pretty special at the back you wanted to show us.
Well, yeah, you know, we talk about the cars are one thing. It's what makes the story. For instance, the trophy in the centre here, that's Bertie Fisher's first Donegal win in '87 when he was in the Manta. His wife donated that to the museum. This bottle here, that was the actual bottle of champagne that Jimmy McRae sprayed on the finish ramp in 1980. You've Austin Fraser's spare boots. His wife gave me his spare boots that he never wore. He always kept them, never wore. You've Martin Rowe's championship winning trophy when he was British rally champion there. So it's all these little bits that make the story. The likes of Ogier's helmet sitting here as well. So this is what the
Special
museum is about.
items. Special items. Now, this is the 21 Fiesta, Ogier's car. Now, Elfyn drove one of these as well.
That's right. Elfyn has driven this car too.
This car.
Yeah.
This is a pretty special car.
Yeah.
One of the most successful cars that they produced.
Well, I suppose the
And
first year of the
think-
regulations, they
I think
were,
it was one of the most
That's the year that they
expensive.
won the Manufacturers' Championship,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
I think
They
it was
were-
one of the most expensive cars they ever produced as well.
If you remember, wasn't it in one of these that Elfyn won the RSC rally?
It's on the front there, I'm sure, isn't it?
So, but out of the box, they were.
Elfyn Evans, Scott Martin, 3rd Mexico, 3rd Tour of Corsica. Oh, Tour of Corsica. Wouldn't he have won that?
Okay, no need for this. He's rubbing it in again.
3rd overall, Gus Greensmith, Adrian Formoe. 1st overall in Portugal, Poland, by Ogier. So a lot of history to that.
He won in Mexico, look.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, basically, the little story about finishing 3rd overall, where was it? Tour de Corse. I have to take the blame for that. It was one of the saddest days of my life. It was the last stage of Tour de Corse. He was leading by, I think, about 15, 20 seconds. All he had to do was drive through the last stage. And I think it was like 5 kilometers from the end. He hit a pothole, which I didn't mark, but I didn't see a tourist when I was passing through 2 hours before I ever went through. A tourist had parked on the side of the road, would you believe it, where the pothole was. So sometimes you need luck in life. And that day was certainly not a lucky day.
Do you believe that, Donagh?
It's true.
Do you believe that, or is it a bit of the old...
Not sure.
The
It's
old...
100%.
Sebastian's Ogier's neighbour was the tourist.
Yes, probably. And you know, you've got to pay homage to Craig Breen and Paul Nagel here.
Yeah, and this is-
without this car, the collection wouldn't be complete, would
and
it?
it took a little bit of time. And you know, again, good fortune. I happened to be sitting on a plane coming from Sweden a couple of years ago, and Cyril Abitable was sitting beside me. I explained my story. I explained that I wanted to get a car that Craig had driven to, I suppose, add to the collection and complete the story.
Yeah.
But I wanted one that Craig had driven, you know. So and thankfully, only a matter of months that we managed to secure the car direct from Hyundai. So
that's beautiful.
Yeah. I suppose we get into what I think was the last time the British Rally Championship was truly a spectacle. You know, you look along the line of cars here. The only car we're missing here is the Hyundai.
So you got 6 manufacturers in that era.
But the Hyundai for me wasn't the prettiest car, and it wasn't the most successful. But maybe someday we will add one.
We were talking about this in the way here. How lucky we've been to be involved in this.
Absolutely. I mean, you have to pinch yourself, don't you? Because it's only when we get to the age we're at now we can look back and think.
But it was.
We were lucky.
Where were you then? Where were you in this era?
I was just getting going.
He was much younger than me.
For me, I kind of often look back and say, if I really, really had focused on rallying as a young guy, how far would I have got? I focused on business.
Well, I can tell you one thing, you wouldn't have this collection if you didn't.
Rallying came...
I think you did the right move.
Well, I don't know, sometimes, but I always remember...
When I look at this collection, I definitely know.
I was doing the Scottish Rally 2000, I think it was in 2000. The recce cars you guys were using was better than my rally car. And I used to be looking in awe of the works teams and that going, wow, what a setup.
We used to recce in an Escort Cosworth, didn't we? We used to recce. Gordon Spoon used to run the Escort Cosworth recce cars for Ford. So we always had an Escort Cosworth to recce in, didn't we?
We were spoiled.
Oh, we were spoiled. Incredible. Well, just going back to things like that, we were spoiled.
But the pace...
It didn't feel like it at the time, but you know...
The pace was crazy. You know, when you go back and you look at the in-car, door handles. Everything was door handles. You know, I don't think there was any calculation. It was just go as fast as you can.
True.
There's a couple more collections across the way. Homage to Donegal and a couple of other little cars. Should we pop out in the rain and have a quick look at them before we close off? Well, Gwyndaf, did you weld y car yma? Wyt ti'n cofio hwn?
Pwy ydych chi'n cofio fo?
Sim lot o'r car yma, ond mae hwn yn cael ei ail-fildio nôl I fel oedd o yn 1989.
Na chdi.
D540 UVW. Oedd hi'n binc yn doedd?
Oedd.
Ac oedd hi'n Mr Tompkinson Carpets.
Na ti.
Mond 2 rali, dwi'n gallu cofio, ddaru ni wneud yn y car yma. Y Y-1, lle o'n i'n ail, a rhyw foi yn 6R4 yn ennill, a'r ail rali yw y cartel. A dwi'n meddwl o'n i'n top 5 rali cynta yn y British Championship yn 1989.
Na ti.
Wedyn, ddaru ni symud I D77, 773 SVW neu rhywbeth, car arall.
Na ti.
Ond be oedd yn odd, ddaru ni iwsio'r number plate yma yn yr Isle of Man, yn y Manx, achos oedd yn tax ar y car arall.
Well, basically, y grŵp edd fan yn galw'r rhain, so hwn oedd y Premier Division at y gynnyd.
Ie, Premier Division yn y British Championship.
Ie, oedd ni wedi ennill y grŵp hen yn y British Championship.
Na fo.
Oedd Phil Collins yn dreifio hwn.
Oedd, a fo geth y deal I wneud ar y Tompkinson Carpet.
Ac basically, ar y Phil Collins cael y deal I yrru Dai Llewellin.
Na, o'n y Toyota.
Yn y Toyota.
A fo oedd yn perchynog y tîm yn doedd?
Ie, a wedyn o hynny ddim yn dymud lawr gystal efo Ford.
Ie, Peter Ashcroft a Stuart Turner a Mike Hill yn eistedd lawr rawn bwrdd. How can we come out of this situation? A ddedodd Mike Hill, I've got just a man.
Wel, ma'n dweud, mae rhaid ti gael rhywfaint o look yn yr N-Sports. Hwna oedd un o'n looks ni'n de, ti'n gwybod? Ond oedd o'n dipyn anifel, dod o?
Oedd.
Dipyn anifel.
A dwi'n cofio ti'n ffonio fi a ddaid, Granda, mae gennym ni car I wneud blwyddyn nesaf, ond un peth yn wrong, mae'n pink. A ti'n gofio gwisgo pink overalls, cofio? A gwisgos ni coat trwy'r bore, achos oedd yr white un yn reverse seeding. So o'n i'n cychwyn dan 11 o'clock, a ti'n gofio cerdded round y service bag yn yr pink overalls ma, efo'r coat ma. Dwi'n cofio fo nôl i ddoe.
Oedd e'n edrych yn stupid.
Iesu. Ond oedd o'n some car yn doedd. Oedd o'n 2 litre turbo.
Oedd yna dros 300 horsepower yna fo, dim ond two-wheel drive.
Ie.
Ond oedd yna syrbol ag ofnadwy yna fo.
Oedd.
So na ddim power o gwbl am eiliad, ydyn fyny nesaf.
So o'ch chi'n gofio iwsio lot o left o braking i gyrio?
O, ti'n trio i gadw'r boost pressure i fyny.
A wedyn oedd yna ffin fawr ar y cefn, ma'n doedd?
Dau ffin ma.
Ie, na fo. A wedyn yn y Manx, yn 89, ddaru ni troi y car dros, oedd y hitio'r tŷ efo'r ffin, yn do, hitio'r windowsill y tŷ fyny fanna. Do,
am dros o ddamwain ohono.
Ond hwnna oedd yr unig damwain y blwyddyn yna yn y car yma.
Ie.
Dennis Osborne, fo oedd y boi yn bildio'r car yma, a mae yna lot o parch i Dennis, achos o chi a Dennis yn gyrru ymlaen yn dod at.
Oedd e'n, ac yn lot o hanes.
A'r engine y pethau.
Wel, fo fydd yn helpu fi fildio'r
grŵp N car. Na fo.
A wedyn ar y pethau datblygu'r grŵp E.
Dyna sut ges ti'r job i dod nôl i hwn efo Mike Hill yn doedd.
A wedyn ar ôl y flwyddyn yma, ges i'n first works driver.
Do.
Efo Ford Motor Company.
A nes Dennis i gweithio ar y gearboxes a diffs i Mike Little Preparations yn do, cofio?
Gysyn ni redeg y grŵp hen.
Ie. So, o'n i'n top 5 y cartel. Dwi'n mynd i ddweud trydydd ar y circuit.
Ie. Dwi'n cofio hwnna.
4edd ar y Welsh.
Ie.
Dwi'n mynd cofio 6th or 7th ar y Scottish. Ulster. Tobermory, 24 seconds behind Russell Brooks, codi'r fyny rhyw, oedd na mwg yn dod allan o car Brooks, cofio? Turbo di mynd. Pass him, you've made a minute up with 36 seconds in the lead. Cofio? Ennill y rali, fantastic. Last stage, gyrru lawr y ffordd, ddim amser ar y time card. Wyt ti'n cofio?
Dwi'n cofio.
Oh my god, beth ydyn ni'n mynd i wneud?
A rwan mae'n rhaid i gael hawad i'r esgyd.
Oh, beth i aldyn ni'n mynd i wneud? So, stopio Nicky Grist o Dave Metcalf. What colour is the pen from the last control? Cofio'r amser oedd ar y cloc ar y dash yn doedd, sgwennu o lawr arno fo. A nes ti ddim setlo pan oedd y troffi yn dy dwylo yn yr presentation, cofio?
Mae god ti cheatio'n do.
Wel, nem cheatio'n iddo, just anghofio am roed yr amser lawr.
Plygu'r rheolach.
A wedyn i'r Manx, massive test wedyn i'r Manx, dod ar car adre i di'r ysmawddwy, cael bwlch y groes, efo'r council ar fi nos. A mynd fyny dros cytur, dros y bwlch.
A ti fel wneud hynna heddiw? Dim popeth.
A testio car fi trwy nos. A Dennis yn dod adre, a spec yn ffantastig. Mynd i'r Manx, ar ôl 7 stages, ennill. O'n i'n ennill y rali. Russell Brooks, Jimmy McRae, Mark Lovell, o'n nhw gyd yna, Dai Llewellin, ac o'n i'n ennill. Mynd lawr y mains, dechrau pis y bwrw, wrong tyres, hitio'r tina, 6 foot up, bowlio'r car, end of. Ond na fo, oedd y gwaith di wneud yn doedd. Trwsio car, nôl i wneud yr RAC, yn y car yma eto. 11th overall. 9th overall, 11th overall? 11th overall, first rear-wheel drive. Blwyddyn nesa, Mr Ford di ffonia a ddweud, come and drive for us.
Best phone call of my life.
Oh, ie. So, mae yna stori fawr i'r car yma. Ond, edrych pwy sy'n dod trwy drws wan. Wyt ti'n nabod y boi yma?
Ynddo.
James Cullen di hwn. Boi o Werddon, a fo geth y car yma ar ôl ti. Just explain that you drove this car after we had it. Do you remember?
Yes, definitely.
I think that we
it
only
was
did...
already in pink, so I could do nothing about it.
Yes, I didn't have much choice. We did 2 rallies in this actual car, but then you took over in Brooklyn and they came to do the Irish Tarmac Championship and some of the events. So what did you do in this car? Do you remember?
I did 1991. Did the circuit in 1991. 2 years in it, 2 Donegal rallies in it, and the Welsh.
Right.
And I think Lurgan Park once. Yeah.
Oh! Forgot about Lurgan Park.
We won it.
We won Lurgan Park by the biggest...
Good job I was here.
Yeah, good job you, yeah. The biggest winning margin ever. 22 seconds. Do you remember? It wasn't in D540 again, it was in D77W, but the pink car.
I think the Irish enjoyed me winning, but I think they were a little bit surprised.
Yes, I think so.
I thought it was me.
Anybody outside the island wasn't supposed to win.
Do you remember we used those special Dunlop tyres and they cut big grooves in them, following back for the back of the gravel? What's your memories of this car then? Gwyndaf reckons it was a real dog to drive. Loads of horsepower, loads of wheel spin, and loads of lag.
Loads of, no, anti-lag wasn't there.
No, lag,
exactly,
just
just
turbo lag.
boom.
Yeah.
It came in with a thump.
I used to tell guys you could actually light up the rear wheels in fourth gear in the wet.
if it
You
was
could light them up.
Yeah.
And you had to anticipate the car. You come on the throttle before the corner.
Yeah.
I did 2 circuits, what I say, Donegal.
You had to be awake.
You had to be awake. It definitely wake you up. And that's then when you had to stop it was another problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, she
didn't
was a
stop
beast.
that
She
well
was a
either,
beast.
but-
She was a beast.
was
But
two-
so fantastic to drive that car. Really was.
There was 2 key people, wasn't there, in this? There was Mike Hill, who owned Brooklyn.
Yeah.
He signed the checks and he had overall decisions. But Dennis Osborne, what a clever man.
What a clever man.
What a
Yeah.
fantastic man. What a nice man as well. And you built up a fantastic relation with him. How did you get on with him?
We didn't have much contact with them. Well, like at that time, that they were going to retire that car.
Right.
So then they thought they would get some money out of it, so we'll hire it to one of the Irish boys.
Right.
They're naive enough to hire it. So
Right. And is that how
So
it worked?
that's how it worked. We hired the car at Brooklyn.
And did they come and run it then, or did you run
No,
it?
they came and ran it.
They came and
No,
ran
there
it.
wasn't a car for hire in the UK at that time, in the
Right.
British Isles. So that was the only one. So that allowed us to be part of the game.
We're 89, 10, 36 years on, 35 years on. How much was it to hire that car in 1990?
In 1990, it was 15,000.
15,000.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah, all in when you've counted everything, tires, everything.
15,000.
Yeah, 15,000.
Fair play. I wouldn't have thought that, would you now?
No,
Not in them days.
No.
Hell, James, you had a lot of money in them days, boy.
Well, we gathered up a lot of money. We spent a lot of money. We hired them.
This is the Donegal room. So tell us what's special about this room now then.
I suppose it's maybe a homage to Donegal Rallying. I'm obviously from Donegal. Saw my first event in Donegal in '78 when Ari Vatanen had won. And seeing that first event as a 7-year-old, that was it. Hooked, absolutely hooked. I had a long journey before I got into a car, but it all started there.
And this map shows, you reckon, every road that's ever been used on the Donegal Rally as a stage.
Yeah, we spent quite a bit of time with drivers, co-drivers, organisers to try and plot every single bit of road that was used in Donegal. And right above it is the very first rally that was ran in Donegal in 1970 out of Logues at Cranford. That's the road book from the first event ever, you know, so.
Now, the road boxes here are all full of programmes, road books, and all information all about Donegal. So if you want to know anything about Donegal, it's in those boxes.
Well, we have so much, like every single programme ever from Donegal is here. We have the likes of all the results from the rallies over the years. So again, we have a guy that looks after all our archives. All the pictures you see are from the Donegal event over the years. The cars in this
That's
room.
our old car.
Yeah. What I've got to say is, today it's teeming down with rain. Every picture here is showing sunshine. Does the sun actually shine here in Donegal?
Now and again, 3 days of the year.
Especially when the rally's on.
yeah.
But the most important thing here is the cars.
Well, they are and they aren't. These cars have all won Donegal. We obviously are building the Pink Sierra, which you looked at earlier. That had won Donegal as well. So, yeah. And I don't know if you can zoom down, you see the cine reel? That is the original cine reel from the very first rally. Back in '72, like RTE had a helicopter here filming the rally, but that is the actual cine reel from the rally. So it's little bits like that tell a story. You know, the cars are one thing, the pictures and things like that tells the story of our sport, you know. And we look at Dai Llewellin, countryman of your own. One thing you realise about Dai, when we go back, he was a young guy.
Yes.
Driving
Very young.
works Toyotas.
Very
He was in
young.
his 20s.
Yeah, he did.
You know, he really was up there.
Yeah.
You know, so
Absolutely.
But he won Donegal in '89 in the
Toyota.
In the Toyota, yeah.
And of course, Phil Collins was a big fan of Donegal, and that's how the Toyotas, you know, he encouraged Toyota to come over and do the Donegal as a test, you know, for the other rallies.
Phil has done the event many times.
So this is an Austin McHale Celica.
Yep.
This is obviously won Donegal.
Yep.
I had the pleasure of sitting with Austin on a couple of rallies. What a character! What a guy!
Yeah.
What an incredible man.
I suppose when we think of the golden era of rallying in Ireland, we think of Billy Coleman, we think of Bertie Fisher, and we think of Austin McHale.
Yeah.
This car now, this is very, very special because this is Manus Kelly's car from Donegal in 2019.
2016, 17 and 18.
But he crashed his car and it took his life, didn't it?
In 19,
In 19. And you got the car back and you've completely rebuilt it as a bit of a tribute to his family, as I understand. This must be pretty special for you.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. It's bittersweet. This car broke my heart in the sense that I finished behind it too many times. But, you know, on another level, to have the car that Manus had so much
How many times did Manus win?
He won it 3 times.
3 times.
And I've never won it. You know, so it's one of those things. But yeah, it's special. It means a lot to the rallying community in Donegal, this car. It really does. It touches so many people, and yeah, so it's a privilege to actually have it.
And if you talk about Donegal and you talk about the history of the rally and the history, you always see this car in pictures and shots.
Yeah.
It's an iconic car, the checkered flag Stratos, driven by Billy Coleman and Peter Scott in '77. It's just iconic.
It is, and you know, again, it's the stories. Cal Curry tells the story when he drove it in Donegal, and he told Graham Warner to go out and watch up on Atlantic Drive on Friday. He's going to show him this brilliant spot. And he said before he got to the spot, he rolled the car. No. And there's a picture of the Stratos upside down midair. This beautiful scenery. You can see the bay and the cars above the skyline. It's a fabulous shot, but yeah, Cahill didn't get as far as Billy.
The car is still an iconic shape, noise, smell. It's just iconic.
Yeah, I think, you know, if you go back, this car was early 70s. Just look at it, you know, you think. And it ran a Ferrari Dino engine. Like it's, yeah. I don't think we're getting cars just quite like that today, you know.
Well, Donagh, there's a little collection in here, but there's some very special memories and some very special vehicles in here. The first I'm going to pick up on, and it's the first one I've seen here. I am a bit of a motorbike fan, a bit of a motorbike freak. What's the story about the Suzuki?
This is Colin McRae's motorbike. And I actually don't own the bike. It's a guy in Letterkenny, Dennis Perry, who actually owns the bike. And again, like most enthusiasts, wants it to be seen as opposed to being parked in a shed. And amazingly, Holly McRae was here back before this summer, and she didn't realise that her dad's bike was here. She knew one of his cars was here, you know, and yeah, she was very touched that the bike is here and it's on display. So yeah, it's a nice.
So what have you ridden that on track or just on the road? Or just
on the road, I
on
think.
The road.
Yeah.
Apparently he was as mad on that as he was in the rally car.
Seemingly he was fast. Yeah.
Very fast.
We've got
Oh,
Mark
no,
Higgins'
capable as well.
Mark Higgins' Nissan. We've got John Coyne's Talbot Sunbeam. Now, John Coyne is responsible for the Irish Youth Academy in the motorsport world, doing a fantastic job. Fair play.
Yeah, John is supporting Irish drivers at a grassroots level the whole way through to a world championship level.
Fantastic.
You know, you really would have to say that the sport is very fortunate, and the drivers are very lucky that have somebody like John Coyne who's investing as much as he is in the sport.
Fantastic. But to finish with, there's a story behind a Peugeot push bike. Now, I'm not a big push bike fan myself, unless it's got a battery, as you can tell by my fantastic physique. But I love this story.
Yeah, obviously just a push bike. Chris Patterson arrived here one day with this bike, telling me that he found it in a scrapyard by accident in Belfast. He paid the guy £8 for it. It was given to Terry Harriman, I think in '84, when they were part of the Peugeot team. The driver and co-driver each got a bike. So my first thing to do was to phone Ari Fatman and say, did you get a bike from Peugeot? And he says, yeah, I did. I said, do you still have it? He says, I do. It's in France. I said, can I have it? Yeah, I suppose you can have it. I said, I wanted for the museum. I told him I had Terry's bike. And then he said, you know, they also give me a moped. He says, a personalized moped. He says, do you want the moped as well? I said, brilliant. So I do have the task of getting it back from France, but the idea is to put both the bikes and the moped on display, and
Fantastic. Well, it's been a pleasure to come here. It's been a pleasure to talk with you, and your tour of the venue and the site and the cars and the history and the passion.
Yeah.
Can you feel it?
Oh, absolutely.
The passion I can feel when you're talking about this collection is unbelievable, second to none. Thank you very much. Yeah. And thank you. Thank you from my heart, but thank you from all the people who are going to watch this for putting this wonderful display together. And I'm going to ask you, like I asked you 12 months ago, why?
I think it's... this is what we grew up dreaming about. I was a kid dreaming about going rallying, getting into rally, to be in a fortunate position to put this together, to meet so many of my heroes and icons, and to realise they're as mad and as big a petrol head as I am. It doesn't seem to disappear, irrespective of what they've achieved, their fame, their success. Deep down, they're just mad for rallying. And to preserve the story, preserve the history of the sport, because it is under a little bit of pressure. It's not as relevant as it was maybe 30 years ago. And this here, you know, we have a lot of open days here. This is a rally venue for rally people.
From the bottom of our hearts, diolch yn fawr.
Thank you.
Yeah.